Hello friends, I welcome you all on my YouTube channel Rasayan Setu. So friends, in this video we are going to discuss previous year questions of coordination chemistry which was asked in GATE 2019 exam. Okay, so let's start. Now see, this is your first question and it says the del O value of this complex is 8500 centimeter inverse. The del O values for this complex and this complex compared to this complex are. Okay, and we have four options. So friends, in this question we have a del O value for one complex given, and we compare the rest of two complexes, the del O values of these two complexes with the given value. Okay, uh, so let's do the solution of this question. Now see, we have three complexes in this question. The first one is NiH2 whole 6 2 plus, then NiCl6 4 minus, then NiNH3 whole 6 2 plus. Now friends, first thing you see, what is common in all these complexes? The common thing is in all three complexes nickel is present in 2 plus oxidation state. Okay, in all these complexes nickel is present in 2 plus oxidation state. It means its electronic configuration will be 3d8. Okay, the electronic configuration of nickel will be 3d8. And a different thing in these complexes is they all contain different ligands. Okay, so we have three ligands in this question. That is, the first ligand is H2, then the next one is Cl, then the next one is NH3. Okay, and the given del O value according to your question is for NiH2O, for NiH2O whole 6 2 plus, that is 8500 centimeter inverse. This is given in your question, and you must compare the values of del of this complex and this complex. Okay, so ultimately what should we find? We find the order of del O of these three complexes. Okay, now first of all friends, what is the concept behind the solution of this question? So we use the concept of the ligand field strength, or okay, ligand field strength concept we used in for solution of this question. Now we know that the order of ligand field strength according to a spectrochemical series is, in these ligands, their ligand field strength order according to their spectrochemical series is NH3 is greater than H2O and H2O is greater than Cl. This is a order of ligand field strength according to your spectrochemical series. We all know very well spectrochemical series. Okay, so this is a order of ligand field strength according to our spectrochemical series. Okay, now when we know there is a clear relation between the value of del O and ligand field strength. Okay, what is the relation between del O and ligand field strength? The relation is when the value of del O will increase, when ligand field strength increase, that means the value of del O will also increase. Okay, this is a relationship between your value of del O and ligand field strength. Okay, so when ligand field strength increase, del O will also increase. Okay, so this is a clear relation. Ligand field strength increase, del O will also increase. Okay, and in these ligands we know where the highest value of del O, the highest ligand field strength will be for NH3 ligand. So that means the complex containing NH3 will be the highest value of del O. Okay, the complex containing NH3 will be the highest value of del O because of the ligand field strength is highest for NH3. Okay, so complex containing NH3 will have highest del O among them. Okay, so complex containing NH3 ligand will have highest del O among them. Okay, then complex containing H2O, then complex containing Cl. Okay, so what is the order of del O for these complexes? The order of del O will be this. The highest value of del O for this complex containing NH3, then this, and then least value is for NiCl6 4 minus. Okay, this is the order of del O. Okay, so that means, and in question we have a value for NiH2O whole 6 2 plus. Okay, so that means according to your question, the del O of NiCl6 is low and del O of NiNH3 whole 6 2 plus is high compared than NiH2O whole 6 2 plus. Okay, and see in the corner in your question they will ask the del O values of NiCl6 4 minus and NiNH3 whole 6 2 plus, okay, respectively. So the value of del of NiCl6 4 minus is low compared than NiH2 whole 6 2 plus. Okay, and value of del of NiNH3 whole 6 2 plus is high compare than value of del compare than NiH2 whole 6 2 plus. Okay, see in the corner question. Okay, so that means your option number B is the correct answer for this question, that is low and high. Okay, low for NiCl6 4 minus, understand, and high for NiNH3 whole 6 2 plus. Okay friends, so this is the solution of this question, friends. I hope you understand it, and this is a direct question and the concept behind the solution of this question is your order of ligand field strength. Okay, because it is directly connected to the value of del O. So when ligand field strength increase, the value of del O will also increase. Understand? Okay, now we move towards our next question, and see, it says the experimentally observed magnetic moment values which match well with the spin only values for the pair of aqueous ions is. Okay, and we have different metal atoms with their atomic numbers in this question. Okay, and we have 4 options. So let's do the solution of this question, friends. Now see friends, according to this question we have 6 metal atoms. Okay, and the oxidation state is also given in this question. Okay, see in the option, friends. Okay, so we have we have also oxidation state of the respective metals. So that means first of all we have chromium present in 3 plus oxidation state. Okay, so the electronic configuration of this chromium 3 plus will be 3d3. Okay, now we have cobalt present in plus 2 oxidation state, so the electronic configuration is cobalt will be 3d7. Okay, now we have gadolinium 3 plus, and the electronic configuration of this gadolinium will be 4f7. Now terbium 3 plus, its electronic configuration will be 4f8. they are f block elements. Okay, now we have dysprosium 3 plus, the electronic configuration of this will be 4f9. And now we have lutetium 3 plus, the electronic configuration of this lutetium 3 plus is 4f I can write only valence shell electronic configuration. Okay. uh, we have this information in our question. Now we must find those pair of metal atoms for which the spin only values is match with experimentally observed magnetic moment values. Okay, now first of all we have we know the formula for finding the magnetic moment for spin only values. Okay, we have a general formula for finding the magnetic moment, that is mu s is under root n plus 2. This formula is used only for finding the spin only values, spin only magnetic moment. Okay, this formula is used only for finding spin only magnetic moment. Okay, now for chromium 3 plus, the value of this mu will be we know in chromium 3 plus we have 3 unpaired electrons. Okay, that means the value of mu will be under root 15, which is 3.96 Bohr magneton. Okay, in cobalt 2 plus we have also 3 unpaired electrons, so its value will be also 3.96 Bohr magneton. Now in gadolinium 3 plus, the number of unpaired electron will be 7. Okay, so its value of mu will be 63, that is 7.96 Bohr magneton. Okay, in terbium 3 plus the value of unpaired electron will be 6. Okay, so its value will be under root 48, that is 6.96 Bohr magneton. In dysprosium 3 plus, the number of unpaired electrons will be 5. So value of mu will be under root 35, that is 5.96 Bohr magneton. And in lutetium 3 plus, number of unpaired electrons will be 0, so value of mu will also be 0. Okay, so this is a value of mu for different metal atoms. Okay, now friends, in this question we must find that for which metal atoms the spin only value, the magnetic is this spin only values matches with experimentally observed magnetic moment values. Okay, this is a spin only magnetic moment values, friends. This is the spin only magnetic moment values. But we know very well that in some cases there is we also consider a contribution of orbital angular momentum. Okay, in some cases we also consider the contribution of orbital angular momentum, and when we add our orbital angular momentum in this spin or spin magnetic moment values, their experimentally observed magnetic moment values will be different. Okay, in this case we know that in case of D3 and F7 electronic configuration, there is no contribution of orbital angular momentum in magnetic moments. Okay, remember friend, this is a very important concept. So what is the concept? See, the concept says in case of D3 and F7 electronic configuration, there is no contribution of orbital angular momentum in magnetic moment. Okay, so their experimental and observed value will be match. So their experimental and observed values will be match. So remember, when there is a when you see the difference between the experimentally observed between the value of experimentally observed magnetic moment values and theoretically observed magnetic moment values, then that means there is a contribution of orbital angular momentum in magnetic moment values. Okay, so in these cases, the chromium 3 plus has the 3 electronic configuration, and the gadolinium 3 plus has F7 electronic configuration. So their magnetic moment values will be 3.96 and 7.96 Bohr magneton respectively. And the values for other metal ions will be different. Okay, because in their magnetic moment there are there is contribution of orbital angular momentum also. Okay, so only chromium 3 plus and gadolinium 3 plus have the same experimental observed magnetic moment values and spin only values. Okay, so that means your option A will be the correct answer. Option A is the correct answer for this question, that is chromium 3 plus and gadolinium 3 plus. Okay friends, so remember this concept. This is a very important concept, that is contribution of orbital angular momentum. This is a reason this is the reason behind the variation of the experimental observed values and theoretical observed value or spin only values. Understand friends? Okay, now we move towards our next question, and see, it says among the following compounds a normal spinel is, and we have four options. Okay, it is a direct question friends, so let's do the solution of this question. You must find the normal spinel compounds. Okay, when you see the options given in your question, we clearly see that iron will be common in all metal ion is common in all these options. Okay, so there is a general rule, remember this. It is a general rule, or you can say that this is a trick, that uh, when you find that the given compound is a normal spinel or inverse spinel, so if in your compound the divalent cation is with electronic configuration d6, d7, d8 and or d9. Okay, when the divalent cation with electronic configuration is d7 or d6 or d7 or d8 or d9, and trivalent cation is iron 3 plus, remember, then your given compound, that is Ab2O4, it is general formula for spinels, will be inverse spinel. Remember friends. In Ab2O4, when divalent cation with electronic configuration is d6 or d7 or d8 or d9 and the trivalent cation is iron 3 plus iron, then your given compound will be inverse spinel definitely. Okay, this is a short trick also. So in this question we have four compounds. The first one is MgFe2O4. Next one is ZnFe2O4. Next one is COFe2O4. Next one is CuFe2O4. Okay. Now in this compound the divalent cation is magnesium 2 plus. This is Mg. In this zinc 2 plus, in this cobalt 2 plus, and in this copper 2 plus. Now the electronic configuration of zinc 2 plus is D10, 3D10. Its electronic configuration is 3D7 and its electronic configuration is 3D8. Okay. Now according to this rule, it has D7 and it has D8. So what we say? We say that when divalent cation is D6 or D7 or D8 or D9. So here divalent cation is D7 and D8. Okay. And trivalent cation is iron 3 plus. So here trivalent cation is also iron 3 plus. So these both complexes are nothing but inverse spinel. So these two complexes are inverse spinels. Okay. But in question they will ask about normal spinel. Okay. So either this or this, MgFe2O4 or ZnFe2O4. Okay. Now in case of MgFe2O4, we know very well that the structure of spinels will be driven by the values of CFSE. Okay. So in this case, MgFe2O4, when we took it as a normal spinel, so in case when we take it as a normal spinel, that means all trivalent cations are present in octahedral holes. Okay. And all trivalent cation are present in tetrahedral holes. So the values of CFSE, this will be trivalent cation, and we know very well that except 3D metal atoms, the CFSE values for all other ions will be 0. Okay. Except 3D metal ions, the CFSE values of all other ions will be 0. So this is a S metal. Okay. So the value of CFSE for Mg2 plus will be 0, and Fe3 plus is a 3D5 system. Okay. So for D5 system, the CFSE value will also be 0. Okay. So 3 plus ion, the CFSE value will also be 0. And when we take MgFe2O4 as a inverse spinel, so in case of inverse spinel, all bivalent and half of trivalent cations present in octahedral void. Okay. So this Mg2 plus will be Mg3 plus, and this iron, half of iron will be present in 2 plus form and half of iron will be present in 3 plus form. This is a condition of inverse spinel condition. Okay. So for magnesium 3 plus, the value of CFSE will be 0. For iron 3 plus, the value of CFSE will also be 0. But for iron 2 plus, its electronic configuration will be 3d6. For iron 2 plus, its electronic configuration will be 3d6, and the value of CFSE for iron 2 plus is 4 by 9 into 6 dq. Okay. That means uh, in case of MgFe2O4, when we take it as a normal spinel, its value of CFSE will be 0. But when we take it as an inverse spinel, its value of CFSE will not be equal to 0. That means MgFe2O4 is more stable in case in inverse spinal condition compared than normal spinels. Okay. So MgFe2O4 is it is more stable. It is more stable in inverse spinel. Okay. Because in normal spinal condition, its CFSE value will be equal to 0, but in inverse spinal, its CFSE value will not be equal to 0. So when there is a high value of CFSE, that means this complex will be stable in that condition. Okay. And the value of CFSE is high in inverse spinal. So MgFe2O4 is also a inverse spinal. That means we have only a single option, that is option number B, ZnFe2O4. Out of these 4 options, we have only option B, which is a normal spinal, ZnFe2O4. Okay. So option B is the correct answer for this question. ZnFe2O4 is the normal spinel among them. Understood friends? Okay. I hope you understand it. Now we move towards our next question, and See, it says the rate of the following redox reaction is slowest when X is, and we have four options. Okay, so there is a reaction given in this question, and you must find out what is the X in this reaction. And we have four options: H2O, NH3 Cl minus, and N3 minus. Understand? Okay. So let's do the solution of this question. Now friends, in when we talk about redox reaction in coordination compounds, we know very well that in redox reaction, the reaction rate, it depends on the inert or labile character of the complex. Okay, in redox reaction of coordination compounds, the reaction rate is depends on inert or labile character of complex. Now, how can inert or labile character influence the reaction rate? So, if complex is inert, then there will be slow rate of reaction. This is the concept. If complex is inert, there will be slow rate of reaction. There will be slow rate of reaction. Okay, or if complex is labile, there will be fast rate of reaction. This is the concept behind this question, behind the solution of this question. Inert or labile character. Okay, if complex is inert, there will be slow rate of reaction, and if complex is labile, there will be fast rate of reaction. Okay, now we compare the inert or labile character with CFSE of complex. Okay, so if CFSE of complex increase, inert character of complex will also increase. Remember, if CFSE of complex increase, then inert character of complex will also increase. Then inert character of complex will also increase. And when inert character of complex increase, then that means the rate of reaction will decrease. So rate of reaction will decrease. This is a concept. CFSE of complex increase means inner character of complex increase, and when inner character of complex increase, then that means its rate of reaction will decrease. Okay, and we also know when ligand field strength increase, CFSE will also increase. So ultimately, what is a whole concept? When ligand field strength increase, the CFSE of this complex will also increase. And when CFSE of complex will increase, that means the inner character of complex will also increase. And when inner character of complex will increase, that means their rate of reaction will decrease. So it means the rate of reaction can be connected to the ligand field strength. Okay, that means the rate of reaction can be connected to the ligand field strength. So the complex having highest ligand field strength, having a ligand with highest ligand field strength shows highest inert character. Okay, so complex having ligand with highest ligand field strength have highest CFSE. So complex having ligand with highest ligand field strength have highest CFSE. And when complex having highest CFSE, that means its rate of reaction will be lowest. Okay friends, so this is a complete concept. Now according to your question, you must find that rate of reaction is slowest when X is, okay, rate of the reaction slowest when X is, we have this reaction between this and this complex. Okay, so rate of the reaction slowest when X is, so X is nothing but a ligand. So ligand with highest complex having ligand with highest ligand field strength having highest CFSE, and that means its rate of reaction will be the lowest. Okay, and in this question we also find the slowest rate rate of the reaction. Okay, so that means you must know the order of ligand field strength in all these given options. Okay, so we have 4 ligands in this question: H2, NH3, Cl minus, and N3 minus. Okay, so out of these all ligands, we clearly know that NH3 has highest ligand field strength, has highest ligand field strength. That means the complex containing NH3 has slowest reaction rate, because the complex containing NH3 is highest in inert character and highest in CFSE also. Okay, so complex containing NH3 is highest ligand field strength. That means its reaction rate will be the slowest in among all these ligands. Okay, so your answer will be option B, that is X is NH3. Understand friends? Okay, see once again the whole solution of this question. We can use the relationship between your ligand field strength related to your CFSE, related to your inert character of complex, and related to your rate of reaction. So ligand field strength can related to your CFSE of complex, and CFSE of complex can related to your inert character of complex, and inert character of complex can related to your rate of reaction. So we can explain the solution of this question on the basis of your ligand field strength. ओके फ्रेंड्स, सो फ्रेंड्स ये थे आपके कुछ क्वेश्चन जो गेट 2019 में कोऑर्डिनेशन केमिस्ट्री टॉपिक से पूछे गए थे. आई होप आपको समझ आए होंगे. मैं वैसे तो मैंने पूरा अच्छे से ट्राई किया आपको समझाने का, लेकिन फिर भी आपको किसी भी तरह की दिक्कत होती है, कोई लैंग्वेज अगर आपको नहीं समझ आती है या कोई भी कॉन्सेप्ट आपको नहीं समझ आता है, तो प्लीज़ कमेंट सेक्शन में आके ज़रूर पूछिए. मैं पूरा ट्राई करूँगा उसको और अच्छे से समझाने का. ओके फ्रेंड्स, सो थैंक यू फ्रेंड्स, थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग.